Yeah, let's dive right in.
Who's starting? No, let's just go for it. Hello YouTube and welcome back to Try Attack Gaming podcast. Try Attack Talks. I nearly forgot the word for it then.
Yeah.
This is episode 3. This month, should I say rather. We are talking about a variety of different games, including Monster Hunter World, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Bayonetta, tons of remakes that are coming out this month, and Switch in general.
Yeah.
And then we also have we have changed our random question of the day to...
Are we going to tell them now, or do we wait until we're done?
I think we'll leave it in suspense. To something else.
Something spectacular.
It's fantastic, so we'll leave that for now. But if you are enjoying the series, make sure you comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your nan, tell your mum, and like the video as well. All the support is massively appreciated. I think we're just going to dive on in to the first segment we normally do. What have we been playing? So let's start off with Max.
I am playing a lot of Monster Hunter, a couple of different play styles. Really enjoyed it. Played Generations X on Nintendo DS. Loved it. Just wanted a bit more out of it. Finally, this has come along, and it's on console, so it's graphically impressive. Gameplay mechanics just like we used to, and the new monsters are new enough.
Yeah, we've got a big segment on Monster Hunter in a little bit, but to start off with, it has changed massively. Like subtle changes, but way for the better. Yeah. Like in terms of crafting and stuff, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, it is a phenomenal game. Like if you do enjoy the Monster Hunter series, then
pick it up.
Pick it up. It is a fantastic game. If you've never played it before, pick it up. It's a fantastic game. But yeah, you've been playing a lot of it. Unfortunately, you've not had any internet, so we haven't been. I've got it as well. We haven't been able to play it together.
No.
But yeah, it's a stunning game. The only issue I have with it is the palettes are very similar for every single world. So each world has got this set palette, and it doesn't deviate from it too much. So the forest is a lot of greens, blues. There's nothing else. So it kind of all blends into one. Like there's no yellows, there's no reds, there's nothing that sort of pops. It's all green or it's all muddy or whatever.
I mean, you got the different terrains, the rocky bit.
There is the different terrains, but there's no sort of outstanding colour. That's the only thing I want. Maybe stick some red flowers in there or some yellow flowers. There's the odd bit here and there. Don't get me wrong, but it's everything is very similar in colour. And that's my only little niggle, but it's nothing major. Like it's still there's fantastic looking surroundings and stuff, but it is a very, very good game. Because you're currently playing through Insect Glaive on your newest save.
Insect Glaive's the latest one.
Yeah.
Speed playthrough.
Just get there as quick as you can.
No, like a speed type character.
Oh right.
So it's gonna be like dual wield sword and the Insect Glaive was the other ones, the giant katana and the great sword.
Yeah. There we are. So we'll leave Monster Hunter for a little bit for now. We'll move on to yourself, Simon.
Your current playing is Monster Hunter, isn't it, as well?
No, my current playing is
Switch
stuff.
I was going to say, because we didn't think it through, did we? If both of you...
No.
Okay.
No.
So I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Because so it's like this. When Fire Emblem Fates came out, it was 3 games. 3 games at once. You had Birthrights, which was the good guys. You had Nor, which was kind of the good bad guys. Then you had Revelations, which was like the in the middle path.
Yeah.
So I bought a physical copy of Birthrights, and I played that a lot. I'm something of a collector purist. I didn't want to download a copy of Conquest. I insisted on a physical copy.
Yeah.
And it took me fucking months to find one.
Really?
Absolutely months.
Because I remember watching, like, when it came out, it was fucking everywhere.
Well, it took me a while to complete Birthright.
Yeah,
But
I'm quite surprised that people keep it that long.
Yeah, but by the time I had finished the first one, it took me ages to find Conquest. I eventually did find it. I wasn't in the mood to play it. So now it's like, shit, there's another Fire Emblem game out as well. I have to finish Conquests so I can buy Revelations, so I can finish Revelations, so I can buy Shadows of Valentia. I've turned gaming into a chore. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm playing a lot of Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Because Fire Emblem's really good. It's basically a shipper's paradise.
I mean,
from what people have
I was going to try and refute that, but no. It's not. Like, I mean, it's a fun strategy game, but there's a lot of shipping.
Yeah. Like, I've seen a lot of people play it, like, online, like, you know, on YouTube and everything, and it seems like an amazing game. It seems like the sort of game, strategy-wise, I'd really enjoy, but I'm not very good with the whole shipping thing. I'm not. I just.
It's not that big a deal.
I know it's not, but it is a deal. It's not a big deal, but it's a deal.
So it's like, just you go through your battles, you move your units, and units that fight together get more friendly. It's not just shipping. You have the two guys who become best mates and that. And you can skip them. Honestly, you can skip the support conversations if you don't care.
Yeah, right.
Just like the higher they get, the better the units are together. They buff each other more. Yeah, tactics wise, it varies. Like the good guy version, Birthrights, you're in fantasy Japan. It's all nice and pretty. It's very easy strategy wise.
Right.
It's literally every mission is either kill everyone or kill the leader.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of chance for level grinding. Conquest is really good.
Yeah.
There's actual tactical challenges. It's not all just kill everyone. It's like, okay, get last few turns, don't let the enemy get to this area, escape this area. God, you can get maps with all kinds of weird ass hazards, and you don't get the level grind between missions. Like, none. So
that sounds like more like what I'd like to do, because I do like games like that to have some sort of a challenge.
Well, so apparently that's how Fire Emblem used to be.
Right.
But it wasn't a big thing in the West. And then their characters came out in Smash Bros. That generated some interest. So they came up with Fire Emblem Awakening, which from what I can hear is quite a dumbed down version.
Yeah.
Because they were getting loads of new players in from the West.
I suppose that's probably the best thing to do though, because obviously new players not used to the play style. And from what I've seen, the battle mechanics, the tactical mechanics are very simple. Like it's not a difficult game to grasp. It's just the whole tactical side of everything is challenging.
Yeah, I remember the first Fire Emblem game I played was Awakening. I got it on Christmas, and I was the most antisocial Christmas guy ever because I sat in the corner of the lounge and just played it solidly.
But I've done that every time I get a game at Christmas. It's
I've never done it that long. I just fucking really loved Fire Emblem.
Yeah. No, it does seem like a game I'd want to pick up. If it came out on the Switch, now I have one, I would definitely grab it.
Probably will eventually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Fire Emblem Warriors, but that's not. That's weird.
It's like Dynasty Warriors, but it's basically Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
But not. It's Fire Emblem instead. And
eventually they'll come with like a main Fire Emblem release on the Switch.
Yeah, and when that comes, I think I'll definitely dive in to head like nose dive into that. Like just sort of bang, but no, it seems like they do seem like a really good series of games, and like a lot of people's favourite characters are from a Fire Emblem game, like from what I've spoken to, like Marth and people are so iconic. Like it's just it's one of them. But so I assume you all good? Fire Emblem happy?
Pretty much
happy.
Although I do have one major gripe: fucking Conquest has such low quality waifus. Sorry to the Conquest fans, but I was playing that game. I know the shipping's not meant to be a big part, but I was playing that game and I thought, I don't know who I want to fucking marry, because I have to marry and unlock all the characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I need the good buffing. Like, who do I want to marry? These waifus are shit. I'm sorry.
Lesser of all evils.
These shit waifus, fam. What are you saying?
The worst part is like the thing. Japan they're a bit weird with incest. I mean, I don't know, it's a bit of an odd topic, but they didn't really
think about it.
And this is game based in all time in Japan, and I think the only wife I really like turned out to be your cousin.
Oh.
So now I'm like, I don't want to touch her. I don't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole.
But Victoria was married to Albert, and he was her cousin.
Old-timey times. We know better now.
No, I mean...
They've only just learnt better. And
they had 8 children, and they were all alright.
I mean, yeah, but still. Do you want to marry your cousin?
Not particularly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mainly because most of my cousins are male.
Still.
But, yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah.
But yeah, so Conquest had great waifus, like the waifus in Conquest.
With that type of podcast.
That's
the type of podcast
I'm sorry. But you cannot talk about Fire Emblem without talking about the shipping.
Yeah, no.
I know.
What I said. It's a big thing.
I just thought it'd be funny to piss off all the Conquest players by saying the waifus are shit.
I mean...
Take that, Conquest players. Yeah. Gameplay-wise, it's the better game. Shipping-wise, I prefer Birthright. Yeah.
They've got to balance it somehow, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
What have you been wasting your money on, Tom?
I've been wasting a lot of money recently on the Switch. So I got one of them just after Christmas. I saved up a fair amount of money and thought, fuck it, I'll treat myself, and got a Switch. I've been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Jealous.
I'm almost finished. I've been almost finished for about 3 weeks though, because I just love it so much. I don't want to go any further in the story and miss out on anything. But at the same time, it's such a huge game. I kind of want to do the end now. I've done, like, there are 4 like main story points you have to do. I've done all of them. Now I want to go and take on Ganon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, no, I don't really want to take on Ganon.
What else do you do?
There's shrines. There's shrines you got to do. Like they give you different. You can get multiple hearts. There's.
To be fair, whenever I play a Legend of Zelda game, and you save it before you beat up Ganon, you go beat up Ganon, you get the credits. The next time you load your save, it's right from before you go fight Ganon.
Yeah.
So you can just go back.
I can. But I'm similar to you. I'm very much a completionist, and I like to do things before I finish games like that. I like to do everything, like explore everything, like thoroughly enough for me to be satisfied before I'm done. Like done.
Yeah.
When I beat Ganon, I'm done. Like I'll have a go. I'll do the DLCs and stuff when I get round to buying them. But I want to do it and be finished. But I've had a few other games as well that I've been trying to play. I've been trying to stagger how long I'm playing each game. So I'm trying to play one game for a couple of hours or one day, then I'm playing another game the next day, and then I'm playing another game the next day. So it just doesn't get stagnant.
Yeah.
So I've had Mario vs. Rabbids as well.
I can't believe that's a thing.
It's so good.
Really?
Like, it's amazing. In terms of combat, it's very tactical. You'd love it. Like, genuinely, you would love it. It's very much XCOM meets Mario. Like, it's very cartoony, but it's tactical at the same time.
Alright.
And
I had heard surprisingly good things about
it's brilliant. Like, and the art style's fantastic. It looks like a genuine Mario game. The Rabbids don't take anything away from it. It is a great game. Like, I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I think because I've been going back and doing, when I get certain powers, I've been going back and replaying through the map and making my score really good as well, and getting the better weapons. So I'm finding the game easier. But at the same time, I'm enjoying it more because I'm going back and doing those bits. So that's really good. And it's just, when I've been going to Birmingham for university, nice to just have on the train. It's an easy game to just play on the train or play whilst I'm waiting for a lecture or something. So it rather than Breath of the Wild where I've got 20 minutes on the train, I could go from one place to another in Breath of the Wild, not actually finish like one of the shrines and be like, well, I've got to get off the train now.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it's great for that because I can just literally put it in sleep mode and just put it away, get back home, get back on it straight away. Whereas Breath of the Wild, you're like, oh, hang on, just let me try and have a look at this. And and then also bought Snipper Clips. I've been playing a lot of that with my girlfriend because it's an easy game, two-player game. Just cut each other out. And just good fun. Like it's getting to a point where the puzzles are getting difficult now, and it's nice because we've gone through like 2 worlds. So I think there's about 4 or 5. We've gone through 2, and it's now getting to the point where it's like, this is actually relatively difficult.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's good. And then I also got Pokken, which I haven't had much chance to play because I bought that and then I forgot Monster Hunter was coming out, so I ended up buying that as well. So I've
priority.
The Switch has been. It's been brilliant the past month.
Yeah.
Like I've really enjoyed using it, and the console itself, such a novelty idea of putting it in, playing it at home, putting it in the dock, and just playing on the big screen, and then just like, right, we're going out. Sound, take it. Put it.
So when else walks in, I want to play it, I want to watch TV. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, out. There we go.
They had that with the Wii U a bit, didn't they? That main controller, you could swap around. And I did that when I played.
And it's brilliant. It's. I genuinely think if Xbox and PlayStation can do the same thing, they will smash the console market. Like, when the Switch becomes a little bit cheaper, which inevitably it will do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people will get to a point where they'll either release a new one with upgraded storage or whatever, and it will get cheaper and it will become more widespread. Like, a lot of people still have a Switch now. A lot of people are using it because it is a year old now, and or coming on to, and it's just a brilliant console. Like, people have been saying, like, when it first came out, Breath of the Wild, you could see a difference from the big screen onto playing it a handheld.
Yeah.
If you're playing on your TV to playing a handheld, I can't now.
Yeah.
Not, you know, it's almost seamless. Like, you plug it in, it's there. It takes maybe a couple of seconds, and then it's just boom, there you go.
Cool.
And it's brilliant. And when they release things like Pokemon, which they are going to do, to play Pokemon on a big screen on a console that's built to handle it.
How many years we waited?
Oh mate, I cannot fucking wait.
20 years.
But we're going to be waiting another year because it probably won't come out till 2019.
21 years.
But yeah, it is genuinely a fantastic console, and if anyone hasn't got one and is contemplating it, just get it. Like, if you've got the money to do so, don't do it if you're going to put yourself in financial
don't bankrupt yourself.
Yeah, but
the Switch is useless when you live on the streets.
Yeah, but they are amazing. Like, they are brilliant consoles, and in terms of like just plug in and play ability, it's one of the most enjoyable consoles that I currently own. I've got an Xbox One, I've got PS4, and I have that. So I'm quite fortunate because I've saved up over the years and bought all three. But that at the minute, that's the one I'm enjoying the most. My little gripes are with the DualShock, not DualShock, sorry, what's it called? The Joy-Con controller, like dock, so it actually makes it a proper controller. It's too square. I wish they just angled it slightly, so it was like so it was more like a triangle. I think that would have made it just feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're brilliant. Like, they are fantastic controls.
I think my main complaint with the Switch is that it doesn't have Monster Hunter Worlds.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and
if
it's
it
not
did,
getting it by the sounds of it.
Is it not getting it?
By the sounds, not sure whether it's not getting, but it's.
Because if it did, it'd be no contest for me.
Yeah.
I would just go get a Switch straight away. No, I want a Switch.
Yeah.
Fuck
playing Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter World looks so brilliant, but to have that look on the go.
Yeah, it'll either be a massive graphic downgrade.
I would take it. I would take that downgrade just to have more.
The thing is, it isn't. Like, there genuinely isn't a downgrade. Like, I've played.
I know, I'm saying from the PS4 version to a portable version, like to computing power that.
No, I don't think it is, because you look at Breath of the Wild, it looks amazing. All right, the art style is different, but the amount of detail is there.
Yeah.
And on portable, it's there as well. It is a phenomenal console. It does run at 30 frames per second rather than 60, I think. I might be wrong in that. It may run at 60, but I do think it is 30, just to help with the, keeping it the way it is. But it's just a brilliant console. Like, I thoroughly enjoy playing it, and I was somewhat apprehensive because I thought it's going to be a one and done thing. I'll buy it just for Pokemon, which, to be honest, I did for the 3DS.
Yeah.
But for this, if there's a game that's out on the Switch or there's a game that's out on the PS4, I will probably go for the Switch. Obviously depending on genre. Like, if it's a shooter that I want to play, I'll get it on the PS4. But if it's an RPG, it'll be on the Switch because I can take it anywhere. So it's that's definitely like the main attraction with that. Like, and it's been done very, very well. So fair fucks, Nintendo. Well done. I think that kind of ends our segment
that'll do now.
On what's it? The old
what we've been doing.
What we've been playing.
Yeah.
So we've got upcoming games. I do have a little list. So stuff we can just sort of talk about. So first and foremost, on the top of the list, we've got Dynasty Warriors 9.
Yay!
Yeah, this is coming out very soon, like next week, 2 weeks.
I think so.
Next couple of weeks.
Sometime this month.
Yeah. It's sort of. It's one of those games that you will either love or you will hate. Like, there is no middle ground with Dynasty Warriors. No, with Dynasty Warriors in general as a franchise. It's hack and slash. People either love doing the combos or they hate it because it's hack and slash. I personally love it. I love being one man running through an army of thousands and just dicking on all of them.
Yeah.
It's just like, come at me, bro. Like, yeah, alright, I will play on normal mode, then I will go to hard mode, and then I'll go to chaos mode, or whatever the system is now. But the fact that it's open world, I think, is a huge thing, like, jump forward.
Yeah, they're really
franchise.
trying to the new there.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think fair play to them. Like, it's just something that is completely different from what they've done ever. I know they tried the tactical element with Tactics, for example, years ago when it was still back on the PS2, and obviously with Empires, they've done the more tactical side of things. But to have it completely open, I think is very brave.
Yeah. To
deviate so far from what they're used to, but I think it's probably the way that the franchise needed to go.
To be fair, it's a hack and slash game is a hack and slash game of the day. You need to innovate, otherwise it will get boring. This is the 9th installment, not including expansions.
Exactly, and like they've got They've got side quests. The characters look fantastic.
Farming. But buying your own home, loads of locations to explore.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And
do the storyline however you want. You can do side missions to make it easier, or you can just storm the main base single-handedly from the get-go. Give yourself a challenge. Yeah,
that actually I was meant to mention that in Breath of the Wild. That was something you can do. You can literally start the game, get off the first bit with your paraglider, and go to Ganon's castle. You can do, like, people have speed run the game in about an hour and a half because you just can. But yeah, we'll back onto the task at hand. But yeah, like we've played it a lot. Have you done Danish Warriors before, Max?
No, I played similar stuff.
Yeah,
like Final Fantasies and Devil May Cry's.
Yeah,
but not spent some serious time playing it.
Yeah, I think like Devil May Cry has the combos and everything.
Yeah,
but this is very different in the fact that you have the combos, but it wasn't particularly linear.
Yeah, you went through levels, you went through missions, and straight storyline.
In the main games, it has always been a linear storyline, but the maps themselves are very open.
Yeah, you just
they're
walk
big
around the map,
and
now they're even bigger maps. Now they're open world.
No, it's just open. Yeah, I would love to see an online mode implemented, like playing with your friends online, because I know that was a big thing they introduced in 7 and 8. Like, you can play online with your friends, you can do these missions, and it was like, I did a few of them with, I think, yourself.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, it's good, but it could be done a lot better. But now I feel like open world, just doesn't have to be massive. 2 players, 3 players, in a team of 4, fucking go ham on whoever the fuck you want, mate. As long as you're in the same sort of unit or the same, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's I'm really looking forward to it.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, it's very linear in terms of the way you've got to go, but I think opening it out, open world, it's like, for instance, Zelda was very originally, alright.
Yeah, it was but you kind of one dungeon and the next dungeon and the next dungeon.
Whereas now with Breath of the Wild, you've seen how well that's done and how big that shook everything.
Get whatever the hell you want.
It is now considered a tried and tested feature. Making something open world that wasn't open world does tend to work. So Fallout, for example, when that was a top down click and whatever adventure originally,
something like that.
Yeah, and then open world. Fucking one of the best franchises, one of the people's top franchises
Bethesda in
general, of all time. Yeah,
like 90% of their games are open world.
So it's
when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, that's gonna fucking blow our minds.
As well, if it comes out,
it will.
They
just want to do a bunch of other shit first. They don't want to be known as just Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, it's
and they're small things. They want to. It takes time. They want to be a bit more creative, make some different kinds of games.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to doing something.
It's like when Leonard Nimoy wants to do something that isn't Spock.
Just doesn't happen.
I mean, yeah, sure, do it, but you're Spock, mate.
You're Spock. Sorry, Leonard. Well, when he did, he's no longer with us.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, that's bad.
God bless his soul.
Sorry, Leonard.
Next one on the list is Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, do you know anything about this game?
No.
Do you know anything about this game?
I believe this is all you.
Oh, mate. Right, I will describe what it is. So, it's a game where you start off You're a knight of some description. You may not be like high. I think you're pretty low in the pecking order. But you play through. It's a historically accurate, like incredibly historically accurate.
Excuse me while I Google this.
Yeah, incredibly historically accurate version of events from, I believe it's Scandinavia somewhere, like back in the 1300s or something. And the whole idea is you go through the game, but you have to consider everything around you. So you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to drink, you have to... And the big thing with it is you will be given a quest, but whether or not you do the quest in a certain way, that implements the whole game. And if you decide to not do the quest, then it will just carry on as the game is intended.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's one of the early gameplays that I've seen, spoilers for anyone that doesn't want to know anything, like skip ahead a few minutes. There is a task where this like farm has been raided, and you can either go around and talk to everyone and find out clues and hints and discover things, and then go and find the bad guys, or if you know where they are, run straight after them, and there they are you've got a completely different outcome. Like, if you were to leave, there'd be like one guy bleeding out on the floor. If you talk to everyone, they'd just be like, oh yeah, bleeding out on the floor. Whereas if you were to just go straight to him, you'd see both of them running up, and then you would likely get back up. So it's like, but if you were to do none of that and just wander around aimlessly, the story would progress without you. It would just go.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's such a breath of fresh air, because very often you're given the player one mentality of, oh well, the story can't progress without me.
Yeah, it's like in
Whereas
Skyrim.
now it's just like, no.
Yeah,
if you're not doing it, fuck you.
It's like in Skyrim, there's a dragon quest going on, excuse me while I go catch some butterflies.
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly.
Alduin very politely waiting to the world.
And I think it's very refreshing to have something like that.
It's about time we had a game like that.
Yeah, and there's a part that people have been talking about before it's come out, like people have got their hands on it and done like demos and everything, and there's a part where you have to pretend to be a priest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's optional, you don't have to, you could do it another way, but like part of the quest is pretend to be a priest, then you have to pray 3 times a day, you have to eat in a certain way. Like if you just chow down, they're like, you're a little bit suspicious. But if you have to then eat very, very slowly, like reserved, so you have to pace your sort of eating things.
Yeah.
And to have something like that is so like,
that's cool.
It's gonna piss everyone off, but it's amazing.
And
like,
that's a seriously cool level of detail.
Like, and the combat as well. The combat is very much there's no hub. There's no, this is how much life I've got. This is when I need to eat. It's literally when you
remember it.
Yeah, you get like
you
get like prompts. It's like, there might be I don't know if this is the way, but there might be a stomach rumble when you're hungry. But the only way you will know that your arm is damaged when it is on the floor because it's been cut off.
A little bit like Fallout Survival. That was literally disease,
very,
water,
very similar.
food, sleep.
Very, very similar by what people have said. But it's a game that is so new and different that I'm really excited for it. Like,
it's really switched on to play it though.
Yeah, and
it sounds like what might be fun is to buy this game and sit in the corner and do nothing and see what happens around you and see if like the big bad guy ends up just sacking the city you're in. And
well,
you're
the thing is, like, it's meant to be that you will not impact the story all that much. You will just progress it on in a certain way. Mm-hmm. So because it's so historically accurate, it's like, yeah, it's going to happen either way. But this is more about your guys' involvement in it. Yeah. So you will meet like certain people that were crucial. I don't know what the historical timeline was. It's in Scandinavia somewhere, or it might be actually what is now modern day Czech Republic. That seems to ring more of a bell. I could be wrong again. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's like you will meet people from that timeline, but you won't have that much of an impact on them.
Yeah. Historically accurate. What happens. You just might be able to steer it a little.
And the brilliant thing is, no fast travel.
No fast travel.
You have to, like, every time you travel somewhere, you have to remember where you're going. There's no...
Is there no map or anything?
Nothing. Wow. And it's like, mate, That's the kind of game I love, because in games I don't do fast travelling.
No, I don't like it.
I don't enjoy it because you miss out on so much. Like obviously, Skyrim, if you want to get from Solitude to bloody Riften, then yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna fast travel. I'm not gonna run that way if I've got to go for the sake of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The sake of 45 minutes in terms of Skyrim, because you always come up against something else, or 4 hours probably. But in this game, like everything is relatively close by the sound of it. So there's certain areas that you will get like sort of escorted to, like in a big battle or something. But yeah, it just looks fantastic, and the graphics look amazing. The combat is really unique. Like there's like it's sort of a star system, so you will attack in certain ways, similar to what was it called that come out there? For Honor. So like you're blocking in a certain direction, you're attacking in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And it's all based on that. But yeah, it's like, but then the armour you wear also affects, like if you're wearing a big thick helmet, your vision's like that.
Yeah.
And it's very, very thin, and your movement is restricted, like because you're wearing such heavy armour, and it just looks really, really good and I think it's going to be really interesting.
Alright.
Like so, I'm really looking forward to that. But definitely be worth maybe having a look for the channel, maybe just because it's going to be fast paced, because we're going to be doing everything. But it's
another game. We'll do that.
Yeah, I think that's something that, watch this space, you might see it here.
Maybe.
But, I'd love to do that. I think it'd be a really good game to play. We'll have to see. Like obviously we'll get it first and test it, but it can be one of the standout games of the year, I think, because it's just so different. So we'll move on to remakes. So
a lot of remakes.
We've got 2 main ones. There's a lot more. Like a lot of them are being made for the Switch, for example. Like we've got 3 main ones. We have Dark Souls.
We do.
It's being remade.
On
For the Switch, which I probably will actually get. I've changed my mind. Shadow of the Colossus and Bayonetta 1 and 2. So we'll start off with Dark Souls. So obviously, did you play the first Dark Souls?
No, I haven't.
No. Have you played the first Dark Souls? I'm the only one that played Dark Souls 2, I believe. You've done.
I don't like difficult games.
No, you don't.
I get bored of it. Too hard, bye.
Yeah. Like, we've spoken about Dark Souls before, so I won't keep us too long, but I think to have that portability...
Same thing, but movable.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. Like,
Now you can die a lot on the train.
Exactly.
God, the random rages on the train.
Wow! Poor old granny sitting on
Genuinely, I feel like it will genuinely be hilarious, because there's this guy that is on my train quite frequently when I go on a Monday, and he has been known to shout. He's got a Switch, and he has been known to shout quite a lot. He's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And if he gets Dark Souls, my life will be complete.
Buy it for him.
I've got a present for you.
Yeah, mate.
You are my entertainment all day now.
Yeah, I've never played the first Dark Souls and Demon Souls and things like that, but like I think that it's something different. Like, and back in the day, it looked like a great game, and the art style of Dark Souls is so good. And you watch it in Dark Souls 3 gameplays, it looks phenomenal. And now to have it remastered, I think is the right thing. Like, and it's just going to look really, really good. And to have it portable as well, it's great. But
yeah. So what's next?
Next is Shadow. Let's go with Shadow of Colossus. I think.
I know this quite well. I played the original.
Yeah.
And when did it come out? Like 8 years ago?
No, long. It's got to be at least. Well, it was PS2, so it's got to be about 15
I was
years.
quite young, and my patience was slim. So as soon as things got difficult or I didn't know what to do, back then as well, you couldn't just Google everything. It was, how do I do this?
Google was about, but I remember when I was younger, I was limited to 5 minutes of computer a day,
and it was
like, wow, okay.
Well, I did 4 or 5 of the Colossuses, and some of them were just really difficult for a little 10, 12-year-old kid. It was it was challenging.
I genuinely don't think we were even that old, like, because obviously we're 24 now, but it's got to be 2004, there or thereabouts. So we would have been like 8 and 9, 10 maybe.
I just remember it being really hard, and I remember this big chamber where all the stone statues are in a line and then the ones break that you've killed. And I remember looking at, how the hell am I going to do all of these?
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's a game that I think back then, if I'd have played it and sat down and played it, I'd have loved it. My cousin had it, and unfortunately I played it. He was on his 12th one, because you can do it in any way, any order. And it was like, yeah, you got to do this, and this. I went against this flying one. I was like, I got a fucking clue what I'm doing, and it put me off completely. Whereas I think if I'd have had it from scratch, played it from scratch, it would have been like in my top games. It seems like my kind of game. Whereas now, I will quite happily sit there and watch someone play it.
I'll probably watch a playthrough. I might get it.
I don't.
Nostalgia only.
I don't think I'll buy it. This is one that I can quite confidently say I don't think I'll buy it when it comes out on the PS Plus, because I feel like it might do in about a year or so.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the free games of the month. I'll be like, thank you. And then I'll probably play it, but I think until then it's like kind of happy just watching someone else play it.
Yeah, I never even heard of it until today. I'm talking about Shadow of the Colossus remake. Fucking what?
Yeah.
It was.
What even is that?
It was a big game when it came out.
It was huge. It's
like,
a huge game.
It's like free roam, kill a bunch of giants.
Yeah, there is no
like climb up the sides of them, stab them in the brains.
Yeah, there's no enemies as such. It is just 16 bosses that you have to do.
It's a lot of horseback riding for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Let's battle it.
Yeah.
Use the terrain, climb up, jump on it.
That does sound kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds good, but like I said,
yeah.
because I've seen so much and I've seen the ending. It's one of the saddest ending in games. Blah, whatever, and it's like, yeah, fair play, but I've done it all now. I've seen it all. I don't really want to play it. I don't feel like the bosses are that. Back then they were very intuitive, but I think since then, with the likes of Dark Souls, I would much rather sit and play that, because I feel like that's much more of a challenge. And I would feel a lot more rewarded for playing that than Shadow of the Colossus. So it's like, well, like I said, I will quite happily sit and watch someone, and it seems like a good game to see and experience, but I don't feel like I have to experience it with the controller in my hand.
Yeah, it's one of the Let's Play watching games.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it's going to be for me. It saves me 40 quid. 50 quid, whatever it's going to be. Like, it might be one of the cheap ones because it's a remaster.
You'd rather have the money than the experience of playing it.
Yeah.
You can get a similar experience.
I feel like there's only, and looking at the bosses, there's only one way to beat them. There's only, like, no matter who does it, you've got to do it that way. You can maybe, like, speedrunners can do it a certain way or whatever, but the general public will do it in the way that it is designed, so... Yeah, I think that's sort of the way forward with that one. I don't think I'll be purchasing that, but I will definitely want to watch it because I want to experience the game, but I'm not sure it's a hands-on experience, and I'd be looking forward to that. But it looks incredible. The art style has always been one of those that it's like, yeah, that's really, really nice. They like the monsters all look really, really good. But the only issue I have is a lot of them look very, very similar.
Yeah.
It's like...
Originally they wanted 32 or something. I don't think there's 16.
They wanted a lot more.
They wanted loads. They wanted online,
with
but
16, yeah.
PS2 couldn't handle online. And I'd kind of hoped the remaster they fulfilled the dream they wanted to do.
No.
But apparently not.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's just like... It looks like an amazing game, but...
Graphically, really
yeah,
like,
and I do genuinely want to watch it being played, but I don't want to play it. Like it's one of those. But last on our list then is Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1 or 2 coming to the Switch.
Same developers as Devil May Cry, I believe.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought to myself, so is Devil May Cry but with a woman with guns in her boots?
And
can't you just give me
magic?
Can't you just give me another Devil May Cry game? Where
No,
Dante is actually
out.
Dante.
No, because boobs.
Yeah, boob power.
In terms of the Western audience and the Eastern audience as well, in terms of the general audience,
Yeah,
boobs.
I was going to say boobs don't affect me, but then I remembered like 5 minutes ago I had a rant about waifus. So I can't really say that.
Oh, shit. But, Yeah, it's one of those that I've seen a lot of Let's Plays of, like, people sort of rave about the combat, like, and it does genuinely look amazing. It's another hack and slash sort of Devil May Cry combo based game, and it looks brilliant. And I've seen a lot of people like streaming it. I've seen a lot of people, Let's Plays of it. PewDiePie, for example, I watched his when he did Bayonetta 1 years ago, and as much as people may or may not like PewDiePie, it was a really good Let's Play. Like, he showed everything he needed to show, cut out the shit that it didn't need. But I feel that's the game done for me. I know the story. I've seen the big boss battles. Again, it's very much like Shadow of the Colossus. I wouldn't mind playing it, but there's just too much that is coming out that I want to play. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna impact me if I don't sit down and, like, Bayonetta 3 comes out. I will probably buy that because that's something new and it's something fresh. But I don't think I'd want to play Bayonetta on a train. And it's like...
No, see, when I played Devil May Cry, I know Devil May Cry isn't Bayonetta, but same company, same
very, very
game.
similar. Yeah.
I found, like, I kind of wanted to get through the storyline, and I didn't try too hard with all the combos.
Yeah.
Because, sure, if I try really hard, I can do these mad, awesome combos, but really, I just want to see cutscenes of Dante being smartass.
Yeah.
Because
I
he's
think
hilarious.
I think that's what this game is. Like, there's a ranking system from what I remember, and people are like, oh, yeah, I've got a C rank. And people just don't really care because they're just going through the story.
There are some people who are obsessed with
There are some people that are just
rank.
like, I want that S, I want this, and I want that.
Sidetrack here. Why the fuck is S first?
Super.
But it goes S, A, B, C, D. What?
I don't know about that, to be honest, but it's just been a thing for years.
Yeah, it's on the narrative missions.
It's
so many games have just said A, B, C, D, but S is there for some reason. What?
Yeah. I've got a feeling it's something to do with what they stand for. ABCD is obviously alphanumeric, but then S stands for something like it's either. I don't know, but yeah, that is it's always something I found out. Like, the first game I noticed it in was Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PS1, and I was sitting there and I was like, what the fuck is this S rank? I thought I'd done really, really badly, but no, I'd done fantastic.
That's what I thought.
And I was
you
like,
got an S rank. Is that?
Is this like Japan for Z? Have I done that badly? Have I done that poor? And it's like, no, you've got the best card from that. Oh, sweet, nice, thanks, mate.
Okay, that's just a thing.
Do you want to know why it's called S rank?
Go on then.
Because originally created in Japan, where everything below grade C was considered a failure, the S rank allowed for a wider range of obtainable grades, and thus player motivation, meaning that it was soon adopted by Western developers, who realised that the S rank was much cooler than a boring A.
Wow. Well.
So basically, game companies thought S looks cooler than A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, Max taught us something.
Wow. I mean, that's just kind of dumb, but okay, we'll roll with it.
No, to be fair, I get that. Like, I understand that. That's, people get A's all the time. When do you, like, it was new, it was fresh, it was like S.
Oh, I just got U's a lot.
Shit. Well, yeah, you did, yeah. I mean, I got a U, and then an E and a D. That's the way to go, mate. But,
solid BC student over here.
Solid BC.
Too lazy for an A.
BBC.
Education.
I get A's sometimes, but it's like...
BBC over there.
I was told I was like a fish. I'd never go above sea level.
Unless you were going to be put on a plate.
Careful that joke, it's an antique.
Nice. Yeah, Bayonetta.
Yeah. We might watch Let's Plays of that.
Yeah.
We will.
Again, it's very similar to Shadow of the Colossus. Like it's one of those games that if someone gave it to me, I would sit down and play it with someone.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go. I don't think I'd go out and actually buy it.
Well, I think I'm more likely to watch a movie with all the cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I often do that.
But it's quite nice to watch like big boss battles and stuff. Like the little runny around bits. No, you can fuck them off. But the boss battles. Go and watch PewDiePie's Let's Play.
Yeah.
Not that he needs the views, but.
We gave him a shout out. Maybe he'll give us one.
Hey, maybe.
Oh, God.
There we go, Pewds.
You never know. He might troll the internet for tiny starting up channels.
Yeah, but he's got to wade through 45 minutes of shit, mate. So I don't know if it's going to happen.
He might take pity on us.
Yeah. So that's it.
Maybe that's the title of the podcast. Hey PewDiePie, we mentioned you.
Hey Pewds. Hey Pewds. Please help us.
Briefly.
We mentioned you. There you go. Yeah, begging for subscribers. I'm not proud. I don't care. We need them.
Have standards.
We're on like 51. We need them.
We're professionals.
But yeah, so that's kind of the end of the upcoming releases. There are a lot more. If there's any that we've missed out, and let us know in the comment section.
We limited them to ones coming out somewhat soon.
Yeah, and ones that sort of stood out to us when we went.
We know there are some more big releases coming. God of War 2, Red Dead. We're going to leave that for when they're closer.
Yeah, we spoke about them a little bit in the first sort of episode, so we're sort of sticking to newer releases, but. Finally, in the whole like discussion of games sort of series, we're going to go with Monster Hunter World.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get into this like some more. Obviously, you mentioned it very briefly, but there's a lot of things to sort of know Monster Hunter. So eating is a big thing in Monster Hunter.
Must eat before a hunt.
Eat before a hunt, and like this is sort of mini little.
It doesn't
tips.
teach you that though. It just says this is where you eat.
To be fair, it does say this is where you eat before you're going on a hunt. It does.
I mean, most regular Monster Hunter players knew that already.
Yeah, and it gives you enough to sort of say, yeah, this is where you go. This will give you buffs.
People will try it as okay, this gives me buffs. I might as well do it every time.
Yeah, but it's very similar to the standard Monster Hunter thing. You go out, you beat a monster, you then go out and beat it a few more times. You get all the gear. You look awesome, and then there's another monster to go and do the same thing. It is
new gear to get more gear.
It's that very Japanese sort of culture of grinding in RPGs, but they've like when we did, for example, in Generations when we that
whatever weird snake was
the big golden snake that we said to get the armor off
because it had like a capturing bonus. How many would you have to kill?
We had to kill. I think we did 9 or 10, didn't we?
Yeah, and that's nothing. They came up with their whole deviant monsters.
Oh god!
You had to kill 10 levels, 3 on level. Same monster 30 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
whereas now, I genuinely beat like the Anjanath is the new big T-Rex looking one. I beat.
Oh god, I've done that loads.
I beat 4 of them, and I had enough to get the full armor set.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a filthy casual, but it really needed that.
It did genuinely need that because
that's just going to put new players off.
Well, we were playing, and I loved the game on the 3DS, but I was 68 hours into the game, and I had got to rank 5 or 6, and I was like, there's 10 ranks or 9 ranks, whatever the story mode.
999.
But in the story mode.
The
story mode, there's like 9 or 10, isn't there? And I was like, I've sunk 3 days into this.
You do get to the point where you're playing the game to play the game. I need to grind this armor to continue, and I just get bored.
Whereas, like now they've done the exploration thing, and you can go out and just hunt a random monster. Yeah. And I know you could do that before, but it's so much easier.
On the tracking method.
And the tracking method is fantastic.
Before you had to paintballing
the...
Now you
just watch where they leave.
So bullshit, and it was just like, no, do you know what? I'm not going to paintball. You can just track them, and because obviously it's a full game, there's no mini loading screens between every section, and it's brilliant. It is just a stunning game. The maps are amazing.
The maps are my favourite new thing, to be perfectly honest. When I first saw Beta, I saw that coral map and I thought, it's so simple. It's a coral reef but above ground, above water. I'm like,
above water.
I want to put that
in the mountains. In the mountains.
This game single-handedly makes me want to buy a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I have never wanted one until now. Once the World comes out, I'm going to buy a PS4.
Yeah.
And now I have this really annoying choice between the PS4 and the Switch. And I was like, if Monster Hunter was on the Switch, it would be no contest.
Zelda, Monster Hunter.
That's how it tends to be.
You can get a PS4 for like 120 quid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just a stunning game. Like the weapons as well. I think the crafting thing, it limits you. Like at the start,
trees as well.
The trees are much more sort of
I think
refined. So you get a full set of like up to the hunter rank that you. There's a certain hunter rank you obviously unlock more, but it shows you the sort of stem it goes into. You have to unlock certain things to see more information and everything. But it's like, well, you're going to need this has this effect. And if you go to this one, you will then branch off into these 3. And then if you go into this one, you'll branch off into 2 more. And it gives you like the effect. So it's like, all right, okay, so this one will give me a paralysis, this one will give me poison, this one will give me fire. Whereas it never used to have that. It used to be, it was always upgrade. There's your 2 choices.
Sometimes it's just one choice.
Yeah.
There's like 5 choices, all question marks.
Yeah.
Until you got to the right level.
Yeah,
like,
and it
is
was
it
like,
worth investing in this weapon?
Yeah.
I had to Google it, and it's website Karanika.
Yeah. And now, do you know the best part?
What?
You can go back.
You can
unforge and get your items back.
Oh, you can. I didn't know
because
this. You can degrade.
You can downgrade back. If you ever sit there and it's like, no, this isn't working out for me. I preferred the other one. Or, oh look, I've got enough to get a better upgrade.
Oh.
You can then just go right.
Do you just click on the one before and then it will give you stuff?
It does. I don't think it gives. I haven't checked to see if it gives you everything back, but it gives you a majority of your stuff back. And it's like downgrade, upgrade, and you can just chop and change, and that is fucking amazing. Considering the fact that it's such a big integral part of it, and chopping and changing your weapon
so much better.
Because I remember when we were playing in Generations, again going back to, I know it's going back to Generations, but I would craft 7 or 8 of the basic weapons and go, right, this is the tree I'm taking with this one, this is the route I'm taking with this one. And
I just did that this morning.
It's so bullshit. And now to go back and actually be like, no, I don't like this one, I'm going to go for this tree. Yeah, what a fucking revelation!
It was a hard choice, man.
Yeah.
Because I made this weapon and I got to the point where there's 2 final forms. I was like, okay, do I go for more raw damage or more poison damage? But I'm so sick of grinding this monster. Yeah. In the end, that was the deciding factor. Yeah. I went for the weapon I probably didn't want because it was less grinding.
Yeah. The big thing I found with it this time round, and I don't know whether you agree, is there's obviously the missions that you do. You haven't done so many of the optional missions or your investigations. I've done a
few.
I've done a lot of them because I wanted to grind, and the investigations give you better grade items at the end, like guaranteed, so that you'll get like a silver rank and a gold rank on a few of them, or there'll be bronze, gold, or something. There's like a set that you'll get after completing it, and then the others will just be the random drops. But I found that after you do that, you don't have to go back. You can stay and just explore. And I found the exploration is so much better than just going out and doing the missions. Do the missions by all means, but then you can then take on... I've done an exploration where I've taken a Rathian, I've taken a Anjanath, and I've taken a Rathalos, and I've not had the worry of, the Rathalos, the first one I took out, I was really low leveled. I fainted like 5 times, but I still killed it. And I was like, it felt so good to do it, because I didn't have I know they have had explorations before, and don't get me wrong, it's not a new thing, but this one just felt like there is a canteen in your camp. You can go and eat again, and it's like, as long as you're within I think it's 15 minutes or something, you can eat again. Yeah. And it's like, well, I wonder if I can do that, aren't I? I'm not just going to sit there and...
I've got another thing as well. They actually fight each other too.
Yeah.
2 monsters in the same room.
Fight each other.
We're going to ignore each other. Let's all take
time. I was so sick of apex predators teaming up on me.
My first Anjanath kill was... this Rathalos came along and finished it off, and I'm like, yep, claiming that.
That'll do.
And that made me make the sword, which then enabled me to kill it more.
Yeah. But it's for example, they also have ones that will come and help each other. So Rathian.
Yeah, but that makes sense for some monsters, but not for every monster.
I was taking out a Rathalos, and just as I was about to kill it, a Rathian just swooped in and just took me out. Yeah. And I was like, shit. But mate,
there's certain monsters that make sense. Like those big raptors, they're supposed to have a whole horde of monsters helping them. That's their thing.
And that sort of thing, I get that. But the big thing as well, like in terms of combat, your Palico. Your Palico is your best friend.
God, I would have died 20 times over if he hadn't slam dunked a heal pad on me.
It's you only get 1 Palico now, but
but there you can pick up more. You find them.
That's just what I was about to say. You can go out. You can get Tail Raiders, I believe they're called. They're different factions of in certain areas. So for example, one faction of Tail Raider, the Grimyel Coast
I don't know
or something. They're in the ancient forest, and they will help you trap an animal if you're riding on it. And there's other ones in like the desert area in the coral mountains and whatever. They will all do certain things, but they will also allow your Palico, if your Palico talks to them and does like a quest with them, they will allow your Palico to ride on the little raptor thing that's there. So for example, the Jagras, my little Palico in the ancient forest will ride on a Jagras whilst it's taken on an Anjanath. And it's like, mate, and the cutscenes for the Palicos, they're brilliant. The cooking cutscene is the best fucking thing.
You can't skip it, but I never would.
No. I've just unlocked the... you can go out and send your Palicos off and do like quests for you. I've just unlocked that. That cutscene, I genuinely could not stop smiling. I'm going to put it here because I don't know whether we can... I think we can show it, I just don't think we can monetize, but we don't anyway, we haven't got enough views. But it is the cutest thing in the world, and it's amazing. Like, it's just... they're so good, like...
Palicos have always been fun. They're just one of the most fun parts of the
they
game.
are so useful now.
Talking cats that keep making cat puns.
And like, I've done the event. There's like certain event like quests you can do that they change every week, I think, or something. And the first one that came out, it was like, we're tying in with Horizon Zero Dawn. So there's the little raptor thingies in Horizon Zero Dawn.
And
my Palico has that armor, and it's like, the armor sets are so intuitive.
I really treat mine. Like, I give my Palico the armor before I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you deserve it, mate. You've helped me out so much. One thing I really like is natural traps.
Yeah.
There's boulders you can shoot and fall down.
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, nest areas you can throw rocks at and then they fall out. It helped me out massively. Like, to start missions, there's this Anjanath there, and I'm like, there's this rock pile right above you. I'm going to shoot that.
Yeah.
Vines you can get trapped in.
Yeah.
And there's like poison plants that you can like throw a rock at it, slice the plant, and it will just drop poison on the floor. And then it will run into it.
That was really useful.
I've used that loads.
But yeah, the environment is so interactable. Like everything you can like. There's certain things like spore puffs, for example. It makes it harder for them to see you.
Yeah.
And it's
there's paralysed toads.
Yeah.
You kick a toad.
You kick a toad, and it sprays out this gas.
And it paralyses.
Yes.
I did it on an Anjanath 3 times, and it was. You could tell if it dies, it's pissed off.
Yeah. It's really good. Yeah. It's just such a good game, and it's what the franchise really needed. Like. The grinding thing is a shit. Let's not beat around the bush, but
it's not as bad.
It's not half as bad as what it was, and you can genuinely get enough for like 3 bits of equipment from one kill.
And they've got to make it a challenge still.
Even hunting the same monsters is going to be fun. Like I played a lot of the beta.
Yeah.
And you only had 3 monster choices.
Yeah.
And we just hunted the same monster over and over.
It's fine. It's an enjoyable experience because every time it's different. Like the first time I took on an Anjanath, I didn't cut its tail off. Whereas now, I am attacking that fucking tail because I know that things can come off.
It's the nose.
And it's just... And the nose is...
And then the nose grows back and you're like, why?
Yeah. Like, you bang... Because it's got the big fucking nose bang and everything.
Yeah.
It just... I fucking bonk it and then gone and then it comes back and you're just like, oh, I broke that. But
you gotta look out. You gotta look out for things it drops though. The tiny sparkle.
There's a little white thing.
In the middle of a battle, you're like, do I get it and risk it hitting me?
No,
or
you get it. You get it.
Just
You'll
get
always
it every
get
time.
It. Always get it.
And if you are getting bored of the same monster, different weapon.
Different play style.
Different weapon.
I tried out so many different weapons. They're all fun.
If you're getting to a point where you're just like you're dealing too much damage and it is genuinely getting boring, play a different way.
Yeah.
Play a different way. It's genuinely one of my favourite games at the minute.
I wanted to go into this one doing something different. I always used to use a charge blade, and I went, you know what? I'm going to greatsword. I've never done a greatsword playthrough, and I really like blocking and dodging, and you've really got to time your moves other than hack and slash with 2 swords.
See, I love the charge blade. I fell in love with the charge blade in Generations, and I've fallen in love with it even more now. It is my favourite
switch
weapon.
axe.
Switch
axe. They're very similar.
I played the switch axe for the first few times in the beta, and it was really good.
I've had a go, but I know if I do an hour with it, I'll be like, oh my god, this is great. But I just like my greatsword.
Yeah. But yeah, Monster Hunter. If you haven't got it, get it.
And game of the year.
That's our.
I reckon it will, unless God of War is like out the window grade.
The only thing is, the problem I think with it is it's not a streaming game, and I think that will impact it a lot in terms of its game of the year quality.
What would you mean not streaming?
Because you can't really stream Monster Hunter because obviously it's a grinding game. It's a personal grinding game.
Oh yeah, but you can do each playthrough. Like today we're going to go find Anjanath.
Yeah, I think
today we're going to go
in terms of that.
You have to do a lot of off-screen grinding to get your armor really
That's
good,
what I mean.
then go back to each monster.
As much as I don't want it to be a factor, Zelda you can just do a playthrough of,
but grinding is a big factor in this game. You've got to be committed to doing that.
That's what I mean. That's why I don't think it will get Game of the Year.
Realistically, very soon you're not going to need that armor.
It's definitely up there for contention, I do think. But I think with things like Kingdom Come Deliverance, if that does well, that will genuinely be up there for Game of the Year. There's God of War coming out. That's going to be up there for Game of the Year. There's so many. Red Dead Redemption that's coming out. There's so many good. Yeah. There's so many big hitters that are coming out this year.
As a Monster Hunter fan, I'm rooting for it to win Game of the Year. I want it to.
Me too, to an extent.
It's no matter what, it's going to be in my top 10 for this year, I think. Unless, like,
I'll probably still have it by the end of the year.
10 other things come and piss you out of the fucking water.
I doubt it.
And I doubt it as well. But yeah, it's definitely up there.
I don't think there are even 10 games on par coming out this year, including Monster Hunter Worlds.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just such a good game. If you haven't played the series before, it does ease you in. There's plenty of people playing it, so you can watch Let's Plays, you can watch everything, and it's just such a good game. But we will move on to our final segment,
the new
segment.
I mean, it's not new. We tried it in our first episode.
We did try it. We've tried it in a few episodes, but we've changed it from the random question of the day to the ultimate death battle.
I mean, I think it's an actual YouTube series.
There is death battle. Death battle is a YouTube series.
Let's call it Who Would Win.
Who would win in a fight? That's what we're going to call it.
And today's competitors, Ugandan Knuckles in the true way form versus Super Android Harambe.
Yeah, we have combined.
We combined memes with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the Perfect Cell versus Ugandan Knuckles series, you know what we're on about.
Yeah, Devil Artemis, shout out to him. It's such a funny thing. Obviously, Ugandan Knuckles is a big thing at the minute. Yeah. Like, it's one of the biggest memes of the year so far. And then obviously Harambe was one of the biggest memes from last year before, I can't remember. I think it's the year before.
Harambe was always big.
So we thought, why not put them together? And obviously Ugandan Knuckles has got this the true way form.
Yeah, he goes to Ebola state, Super Ebola. Ebola to Ebola free, and then the true way form.
Fusion with whatever.
Another Ugandan Knuckles, and they go to the true way form. Which is just Super Saiyan Blue, but Ugandan.
Yeah.
And then there's Harambe brought back as a Super Android.
Yeah.
Who would win?
What would Harambe sound like is my question.
Gorilla.
I'm going to put my 2 cents worth in, and I'm going to say Ugandan Knuckles.
I thought you'd go.
I mean, Ugandan Knuckles isn't a echidna. Harambe's a gorilla. Let's go back to basics. A gorilla would be an echidna.
And a mecha android gorilla.
This is just a superpowered echidna versus a superpowered gorilla.
Yeah. And the thing is, I feel like Harambe would be too pissed off with Ugandan Knuckles' annoying tendencies to be able to fight properly. Therefore, Ugandan Knuckles would be fighting against a savage, which is much easier than fighting against someone that is in the right frame of mind. He'd have the mind games won.
That's mind games.
So it's
Harambe a false idol and spit on him.
Yeah.
Harambe would go blind with rage and get sloppy. That's your theory.
Yeah.
But he's an android now. He's just cold, calculating machinery.
Yeah, but he would get too pissed off.
It's not teaching emotion.
If Ugandan Knuckles turned around and said, "Do you know the way?" He would then turn around, does not compute. He's confused. He doesn't know what to do. Ugandan Knuckles is there like, "I got you," and just carries on, just keeps going. Do you know the way? And no, I don't. I does not compute. Bang, big fucking Kamehameha coming
overloaded
up.
Logic engines and blow up.
Kamehameha going
give it
right
a paradox and let it go. And die.
No, even greater. They teamed up.
To take on Yankat.
Golden Yankat.
Oh, Golden Yankat.
Golden Yankat versus Super Android Harambe and True Way form Ugandan
But
Knuckles.
Golden Yankat is standing like Beerus.
And no. And then God of Destruction Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
Just to take everything that is in Dragon Ball Z and replace the actual character with a meme.
Yeah.
Except for Yamcha.
Yamcha is a meme.
Yamcha can just go in base form.
If you don't watch Dragon Ball Z, like myself, I don't watch it, but I know enough about
this
it.
shit.
I've watched TFS's
That's all you need to watch.
abridged, and I know Yamcha's shit, but yeah, it's it's just I'm gonna put it out for Ugandan Knuckles. I think this is gonna be decided by a vote. I think rather than so. Any other proposed ways to decide who wins?
I mean,
any other factors we need to consider? I know you said he is an echidna. I do give you that, but he is the true echidna.
But there's two of them. Who's the true one?
No, they're fused together. That's when they're the true way.
Yeah, true Ugandan Knuckles make the true way.
Yeah, it's I mean,
what if we throw a child into the mix? Because Harambe was killed because they thought it was attacking a child. He was protecting it. Maybe if we threw a child in there, Harambe would go into a rage, trying to protect the child.
But there isn't a child.
Why can't there be?
Because we didn't stipulate that at the beginning.
So,
we said Harambe, Mecha, Android Harambe,
Super Android
Harambe
versus.
Well, if it's a mecha, it could project an image of a child and try
make
and protect
itself angry.
But then it knows that it's a.
Does that work?
No, because it would know it's a projection.
You could control Z its memory.
No, it knows it's a projection, and it would be like, well. No, I'm gonna say Super Ugandan Knuckles. It has the mind games. It has the power. It has the power.
Harambe is basically just a robot gorilla. It can't be mind games. It's just going to try and kill you. You can't.
Oh, then if it's not sentient, Super Ugandan Knuckles has the intelligence.
Does it though?
Well, yes.
It's dumb. You've seen it. It's fucking dumb.
It's not dumb. It knows the way.
What is the way? There is no way.
I think this is what Tom's trying to prove, Simon.
It knows the way.
But it's still fucking stupid.
I think I'm gonna vote Super Ugandan Knuckles.
Mecha Harambe.
I think I'm Team Mecha Harambe.
Oh, damn it.
Right. In the comments,
We're gonna have a poll.
Justify.
If you got this far, vote. Who do you think?
Yeah, all 5 of you.
No, PewDiePie's gonna shout us out.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe he'll just tell everyone how shit we are.
Yeah. Bless. But yeah, I think we're going to call it there. Thank you very much for listening in. If you have enjoyed, smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell your nan, tell your mum. We post one of these every single month. We have other stuff coming up on the channel as well. We've got Fire Red is nearing its completion. We have Soul Link episodes going up, and we've obviously got Gamer vs Gamer, which is the brand new series. I believe when this goes up, episode 2 will be out, which is Max versus Simon. So in Pokemon Showdown. So see how that goes. That's going up on Wednesday. This will be out on a Tuesday, so it'll be going up tomorrow. But yeah, with that, we're going to get up out of here. Thank you very much for watching once again, and we'll see you all next time.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Toodle.